Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine. Time to shine a light on women's soccer as the women's soccer team has been on quite a run here of late. Pleased to be joined now by Victoria Tran, local product out of River Hill High School, which has been very good to the midshipmen in multiple sports here recently. Victoria, for you and your teammates, 3 games, 8 days coming out of ROM. How on earth did you all not only compete, let alone have the success you did in those contests?
I think it was honestly motivation to get back at it. I mean, I think everyone knows that that month of ROM was something that was unfortunate, but in terms of motivation and the desire to get back at it, it played wonders in how we approach practice every day.
You guys have a lot of youngsters right now that are contributing and playing pivotal roles. What's been the key to keeping them focused with all of the distractions that certainly the Naval Academy as a student athlete as a whole brings to the table anyway, but let alone through the type of situation all of you have been trying to work through?
That's a good question. I think a lot of credit to those girls. A lot of it is their own intrinsic motivation to do well and get after it after every practice. But the team has stayed close over the ROM, regardless of the distance. The nice thing about a virtual environment is you don't necessarily have to be physically together to engage in team activities. So over the ROM period, we definitely had a lot of time where we had team events, social events, just to get back with the team and revitalize our focus.
I was going to say, how hard is it to get to know new teammates when you're not really interacting with them as much as you normally would in an in-person situation? Because as you know, you were in their shoes at one point. You're trying to read the room, you're trying to blend in, you're trying to get to know people. More importantly, when you start competing with them, you want to have a feel for what they're all about. This has probably been very difficult from that standpoint, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think for me, as an underclass especially, the best way to get know your teammates was on those away trips, when you're in the hotel room and you're roomed with different people, random people. And so it's been difficult for the underclass, especially this year, but we were fortunate to have a fall season. So the team bonding process, I guess, started then, and it's only continued now. There's some things that we've done as a team, such as set up like small group sessions, so we get to know each other a little bit in a more intimate setting. So it's not the whole team and then the underclass. And other things too. I think a lot of my teammates have put it on themselves personally to get to know the underclass a little bit, and that's definitely shown wonders on the field, and especially how we play and the team chemistry.
For you individually, you've had some success here of late as the season has shined pretty nicely for you. What's been the key to your individual success within the team right now that has helped you all be successful?
I think for me personally, it's realizing that there are people that look up to you. And I think the whole COVID situation has made me realize how lucky I am. My time is ticking down, and it's kind of an epiphany I realized when I watched the seniors walk out on senior day, senior night on Saturday. Like, that's my last senior night I'll be watching. The next one I'll be actually partaking as a senior. So it's just a slow realization for me. A lot of reflection that has happened during those ROM periods, and especially last season as well. Putting myself in a place where I care about the team and its success more than I ever have. So that burden, as you can think of, can be a lot, but I've definitely gone close to my teammates, and that's definitely been something that has helped me get through it.
Do you all feel a sense of, I don't know if obligation is the right word, but a sense of obligation for the seniors, knowing that while at a civilian school, a senior may be able to come back for another year? At your place, that's not happening. So is there even more of a sense of obligation to want to do well so that they can get the most out of this, these final weeks of experience for them that they've given really, 4 years of their life to? You know how hard it is to be a student athlete at the academy period, but for these seniors, what a wacky final year it's been for them, and there is no coming back for them. This is their last chance.
There's definitely a big sense of, and like you said, sir, obligation, commitment, dedication, a feeling that you kind of owe something to them, especially what they've been able to get through this year. This is, again, everyone says an unprecedented year, but unprecedented year at the academy as well. And that just adds a little bit more layers to that statement. And I honestly think this team wouldn't have made it this far without the first class and the leadership they've demonstrated. They've taken challenges on their own personally and with the team. And above all, I know that they've more so even than other years or previous years have dedicated so much to this team. And everyone can feel it from the underclass to my class. So there is a sense of, let's get them one more game. Let's extend the season a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, I owe it a lot to the seniors. They've done a fantastic job of leading this team.
You played in an incredibly competitive area in high school. River Hill has been, as we mentioned, very good to the Naval Academy. The Collins twins were fantastic in lacrosse out of your school. Super competitive area, though, for sports, both boys and girls. How did that help you prepare to obviously play Division I soccer now, and certainly not just be on the roster, but being a significant contributor right now to this team?
I think for me, the competitive atmosphere helped me develop, but more so, I think the competitiveness of the sport in the area I grew up in showed me that I have a passion for the sport that maybe people don't have. You get to a certain level of soccer and of sports and you realize people drop out because they get burned out, or they drop out because they can't handle it anymore. And for me, soccer has always been something that I loved playing. You start playing out innocently at first, and then all of a sudden you look around, you realize, oh my God, these people are really, really good. So for me, it's taking it day by day. I never really thought about, and I never still do think about the awards you get or the minutes you play. It's always been about loving the sport. So growing up in a competitive environment, I guess for me, to keep my head above the water was always make sure that it's the thing that you're striving for and that you're doing is still something that you still love to do.
Leadership and success in any organization starts at the top. To be able to play for a coach like Karen Gabera, who's enjoyed so much success at the academy, you know what this program means to her, building it to what it has become, where winning is the expectation all the time. What has that experience been like, and how much pride is there being able to play for a coach who's so accomplished as she is?
It's amazing. Honestly, to this day, Coach Karen is someone I truly do admire, even am a little bit intimidated sometimes. She and the coaching staff just care so much about this team, and not just necessarily the soccer element of this team, but our holistic development. And it really it's very indicative of, I mean, herself as a person and a leader, but she fits in so well to the Naval Academy mission about developing morally, mentally, physically, because she does really care about all those three elements.
Victoria, appreciate you taking so much time for us this morning. Best of luck to you and your teammates the rest of the way, and finish the season strong coming up here. We look forward to seeing you guys playing in the Patriot League tournament.
Us too. Thank you so much.